photographing real estate for almost 10 years. Tiny apartments, multi-million-dollar mansions, hoarder houses, Airbnbs, pretty much every kind of house you can imagine. And after all that, I can confidently say that the strangest house I've ever walked into was in Silver Lake. I walk in the door, guy opens it, everything's normal. Then I walk inside. Immediately to my left, there are framed, nude magazines of gay men covering the wall. There's no blur. It's straight cock. Immediately, there's a little bit of a vibe switch. I laugh to myself, I keep walking. Then I notice there's literally some sort of prized possession dildo sitting out, right next to a penis-shaped bong. I walk into the kitchen and there's a piece of artwork that seems to be glorifying the male physique. At this point, I realized this was not just someone's house, this was a fully committed lifestyle. And I'm standing there trying to act completely normal and get through the shoot as quickly as possible, alive. I remember texting my cousin afterwards because I couldn't believe it. I sent him some of the photos and I was just like, bro, someone lives here. But honestly, this is not the house that I think about the most. The funny thing is, everyone thinks real estate photography is just about houses. After a while, you realize it's really about people. And I think a lot of real estate agents probably feel the same. You spend a couple hours walking through someone's life. Sometimes that's hilarious, sometimes it's awkward. I remember photographing one house where someone literally walked upstairs while I was shooting the upstairs, took a huge dump while I was shooting. So I'm just standing upstairs waiting on him to finish. And then I have to immediately shoot the bathroom. Nobody tells you that part of the job. Another house, I knew there were cats before I opened the apartment door. Cat food, cat litter, cat piss, cat shit. The kind of cat smell that sticks to your clothes. And somehow I'm expected to make the photos look beautiful. Do what you can do. Work your magic. I've photographed homes where couples are arguing from the moment I've walked through the door. Homes where renters were furious because they were being forced out. Where it was painfully obvious that nobody wanted the house photographed because selling meant closing a chapter of their life. So somewhere along the way, I kind of stopped remembering houses and I started remembering the people. Every home has little clues, old family photos hanging on the wall, pictures of kids that are adults now, vacation souvenirs, old trophies, a garage workbench that probably hasn't been worked on in 30 years. Sometimes I'll hear people say, we built this house, or this was my parents' home, or we lived here our whole lives. You realize pretty quickly, you're not just photographing a property, you're photographing decades of somebody's life. I photographed tiny homes with 10 people inside. Then 20 minutes later, I'm photographing a mansion with one person living alone. Then a few minutes later, I see their model girlfriend walk out in their bikini to enjoy the poolside. Furniture changes, the square footage changes, but in a weird way, people really aren't that different. Some homeowners can't wait to tell you their life story while I'm just unpacking my camera. Others barely make eye contact because whatever they're carrying is simply too much to talk about. One conversation stuck with me. I was photographing a house and I was just overhearing the older woman talk to the agent. She casually mentioned that she just never sees her husband anymore. They stay in the same house all day, but he just gets up early, goes to his office, comes out late. They hardly talk. She didn't really seem angry. She was just talking about her life. And I remember thinking about that conversation longer than I thought about the photos. And it made me a little sad. Real estate photography has given me this strange privilege. For a couple hours at a time, I get invited into someone else's world. Sometimes the happiest season, sometimes the saddest. Most of the time, I never know the full story. I just put the pieces together. I photographed houses with stripper poles, chickens running around in the backyard, basements that felt like they belonged in a horror movie, homes where someone had recently passed away, homes where a baby had just been born. Homes full of laughter, homes that feel painfully quiet. I don't remember most of the kitchens, most of the bathrooms. I just remember the conversations. I remember the looks that people give. I remember the way people talk. The stories, the excitement, the grief, the nostalgia, pride. Behind every front door is a life that looks a lot more complicated than it does from the street. I see that, then I pack up my camera, deliver the photos, and probably never see those people again. But every once in a while, I still think about them. My name's Colt. Hope you enjoyed this video. I've seen some strange stuff. Talk to y'all soon. Hi there. Thanks for watching. If you really liked it, maybe you'll like some of these too. While you decide, here's some music. Enjoy.